I tried to think of who would be best to start this letter off to. I even considered writing 2 separate letters, but separation is just something that I can't do because y'all did that already. And y'all took pieces of my heart with you, and in trying to mend those broken pieces back together, I had to see you not as my parents, but as people. Filled with the same blood, the same flaws, I had to see you as my equals, capable of doing wrong and not the cape-wearing superhumans that I once looked up to. The first step in me healing was me extending grace and forgiving you too, but it was so much easier for me to forgive Mommy than it was for me to forgive you, Dad. When you divorced her, you divorced me too, but I find that funny because I don't recall being at the altar when you said I do. Husband and father are not synonymous, but the decision to give up both was autonomous. Nobody forced your hand, but you forced your way out, and that's just what you do. You run away, you give up, you don't put time in, you deflect, you project, you make me cry, and I hate that in my free time I still daydream of you in me time, but every single time I hope. You remind me why it's so important to have a spine. Speaking of, have you ever tried to see a quadriplegic stand up? Right. Dad, you let the traumas of this life leave you spineless, but I'm a physical therapist, so I know recovery is possible if you just try. And I've never seen you try to stand for anything that didn't benefit you, that didn't make you look good. But as for me, I refuse to be the poster child. I refuse to have my image and likeness misused. I will sue the pants off you, but pants are to be worn by the man in a relationship, and you and I don't really have one, so I'm not sure what I could really take from you. I haven't seen you in months, but I have never seen you more clearly. Because now I get to sit back and see all the parts of you that I don't really want to be. And now I understand myself so much. I understand why I support people and don't expect anything in return. I understand why I try so hard and never give up until it hurts. And I understand why I text all my loved ones randomly. I love you and you mean so much to me because I'm trying to be everything that you never were to me. And Mom, I didn't forget you. I'm sorry that I used to neglect and disrespect you, and I think that was my dad in me. I think that was my dad in me. Or maybe it was just that I was trying to get him to see me, but I didn't see you with open arms right in front of me. When Dad kicked me out, you cried tears of joy to have me back, but you also cried tears of sadness because you saw the same heartbreak in me that you once had. And in experiencing that heartbreak, I understand the strength that you had to overcome such hardship. But I still want better for myself. So each day I try to outgrow my DNA because I'm so much more than Stacy and Andre. I am a promise of a better life. I am a promise of healing and sacrifice. I am a promise of God's grace and strength to fight, to be more, to be better, to be the biggest. Sincerely, Smiles. Poem.